Are you stuck in toxic cycles, thought patterns, behaviors, relationships, and beliefs that make you feel like you keep going in circles and just repeating the same toxic cycles? And you're like, how do I escape from this? Well, I am here to tell you your brain actually has a built in rewiring system. And you can reframe these toxic subconscious patterns that are running your life in the background. Today, I'm going to give you 3 steps on how to reframe these toxic patterns so that you can begin to live a life that you love and deserve. Now, first, I want to give you guys an analogy or metaphor for the brain and your neural pathways, okay? So imagine your brain as this beautiful, dense forest. You enter the forest and you see trails already laid out. These represent your neural pathways, okay? Many of them are formed since childhood. So they're clear, they're easy to access. Your brain knows exactly where they're going to go. Even if it's a place that you no longer desire to go, it's easy, it's familiar, okay? Your brain is not going to say, let's just build a new trail, cut down these trees, dig up this brush, cut down these bushes, shovel up this dirt. It's like, no, girl, there's already a path here formed. All right. So that is why oftentimes when we try to do something new, it feels like we're dragged back to our old patterns. Okay. Because yes, it is a little more difficult to form a new neural pathway than to go down one that's already formed. All right. So think of the brain in that way. It's the brain is also a use it or lose it type of organ. So over time, if you stop taking that trail that was formed since childhood, brush will start to grow over it, trees and bushes, and it will no longer be as accessible. And you will have to continue down your new neural pathway. And over time, that one will be so much more easy to access. It won't feel as difficult to go down that new path that you have chosen. Okay, so let's get into these tips. All right. Tip number 1 is awareness. If you are not aware of what's going on, why, what, how, then how can you actually intervene to reframe it, right? So, awareness looks like pulling yourself out of your body, out of the experience, and being able to look at it from a third party perspective, all right? Oftentimes, when we're in an experience, in an emotion, again, the subconscious is running in the background. We don't even know. It's automatic. So, when you can remove yourself from this intense experience, you can actually observe what's really going on here. So, say for example, you begin to pull away when you feel close to someone, you self sabotage, you want to leave them before they leave you, hurt them before they hurt you. And awareness looks like, where did this come from? Where did this start? Why do I have this limited belief around love? It could be maybe I was abandoned as a child. Maybe I was in a relationship where I thought I could trust this person and I was betrayed. Now you're aware. Now you know that this is an old story. This story has nothing to do with your current situation, okay? Awareness can be journaling, inner other other inner work practices, meditation, prayer, self reflection, all of these things. I actually have 5 free journaling prompts that I personally used to uncover my own limited beliefs and emotional blocks, subconscious programming. If you want those free prompts, put prompts down in the comments. I will make sure you get those, all right? Next, let's go into step 2. Step two is interrupting the old pattern. You have to interrupt it every time. And like I said, it might seem excessive and difficult in the beginning, but when you do this over and over, the old pathway will start to cover up. That trail will no longer be as accessible because if you're not walking down the trail and people are not taking that trail over and over time the bushes will start to grow, the brush will start to grow over it, all right? And if you consistently choose the new neural pathway, it will be easier. Now, interrupting could look like placing your hand on your heart, your womb, wherever. Thank you for trying to protect me, but that is no longer my story. My new story is, say your new story out loud, write it down. The conscious mind speaks in words, the subconscious mind speaks in images and feelings. That is why they talk about visualization so much, but visualization alone does not work. You must feel what it's like to live in this new story. Say your new story. Say the affirmation or incantation out loud. Write it down, feel it, visualize it over and over again. When you do this and you interrupt, so say you're about to send that long text, you're about to withdraw from the person, you're about to self-sabotage. Stop. You're at that old path. You're about to run down it because it's familiar. But you stop yourself. You look at that old path and you say, is this where I want to go? If not, you consciously and intentionally choose right now, which might be the slightly more difficult or more effort path that you have to take, but it's worth it, okay? And over time, like I said, it'll be easier. So, awareness, interrupt the pattern with speaking, feeling, visualization, writing it down, all those things, behaviors, micro habits, okay? That is how you interrupt it, not just with thoughts or affirmations. You have to do the behavior as well. Also, having a new experience. Sometimes you create that experience from yourself for yourself. Well, yes, most of the time you will create it. And sometimes it's a person coming into your life to show you a new experience that can also change that the feeling around that experience. All right. Step number 3. The third and final piece of this is consistency. Now, we've kind of already talked about this, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But if you've been living this toxic pattern for weeks, months, years, decades, it's not going to change overnight, guys. And it's going to be like your nervous system keeps trying to bring you back to that easy path because it's already there, it's familiar. But you have to consistently choose, sit in the discomfort. Now, oftentimes we're trying to avoid the discomfort that comes with building a new neural pathway. You know, if we're using the analogy, yes, you're going to be sweating, you're going to be cutting things down, you're going to be putting in work. That's not comfortable. So, for example, let's keep with the relationship thing. You want to self-sabotage this guy so good to you, but you're used to chaos. You're used to arguing. You're used to people trying to manipulate you. And you finally have this person who's not doing that. So it feels uncomfortable, feels unfamiliar. What is this love, affection? What's happening? Sit in it. Sit in the discomfort. Really reflect. Is this person hurting me? Is this person doing something wrong to me? If not, allow yourself to sit in it. The longer you sit in the discomfort, the more familiar and better it will start to feel. It's a new experience. It's better. The old might not feel to be what you want, but it feels familiar. Okay, it might not be what you want, but it's familiar. And the new might be what you want, but it feels uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar. Knowing the difference is key. Okay, but if you feel like, girl, that sounds good, I get it, but I need some deeper inner work around this. It's not as easy as you're making it seem. I created a $7 workbook called Life Blocks Decoded. This will actually help you work through those limited beliefs, subconscious programs, and emotional blocks step by step. Inner work practices, reframing tools, journaling prompts, discovery tools to help you go through each one by one. So first step is the 5 free journaling prompts. Then after you uncover, you're like, okay, now I got them, but now what do I do with them? I want transformation to be accessible for everyone. That's why I put it at this price point of $7. Check out the link in my description. Go to my link tree. You'll see where it says Life Blocks Decoded. Sign up for my email list so you can get those free journaling prompts as well, guys. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, subscribing, helping me grow my YouTube channel. I'm working hard to get this channel up, so I appreciate you all for being there with me through this journey, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.